are back with our Dota Pit South American Qualifier Grand Finals after a disastrous first game for SG Esports, and I mean that in every sense of the word. White Dragons, they picked an AM draft. They had, of course, a 4K advantage within the first 10 minutes after King Tekka absolutely wrecked the top lane on the offlane Legion Commander. So looking to get things perhaps back a bit even for SG Esports here. White Dragons looking to continue on and force this 2-0 at the start of this best of 5. Thank you so much for joining us here. We are into the draft as well. Night Stalker picked it for SG Esports as we go through White Dragons. I don't really know what to say about that first game, Brax, but all I could say is that it wasn't very good for SG Esports.
No, it wasn't even close, to be honest. They just didn't have the right heroes to deal with what White Dragons had, it felt like.
And it looks pretty good already for this team. And I know it's just the first game. You had an outdraft. You're feeling pretty good about yourself if you're White Dragons, but you still have to play these next two games and hope for the best here. They have the puck clockwork, so there it is, the overall second pick, or rather third overall pick for the puck for the White Dragons side, which is, again, it's been banned out a lot recently.
Yep, definitely. Puck's been banned so many of these games, and against White Dragons, it was actually banned in the first phase, so they get their hands on that. Bane comes out. Alright, this is the hero that this guy's the bully mot. He beats you up when you're young, and then later on in life, he doesn't do a whole lot.
He's got a dead-end job, and all he can do is just sit around and watch as the rest of his friends are having a good time, and that's going to be what happens here. This is what you are kind of missing out, I feel like, in the last game. Like, there was a Spirit Breaker, there was a Rubik, but there wasn't anybody really to bully that King Tech Legion Commander out of lane, whereas Bane, he can easily do that with Brain Sap. He has plenty of auto attack damage. Maybe it still goes King Tekka's way there, but I think things are probably a bit better with these two supports than what they had last game.
Yeah, they've already set up for a bit stronger lane, so they want to avoid the disaster that happened last game in their safe lane. So Bane, nice pickup for that. Compared to Rubik and Spirit Breaker, Bane and Night Stalker have a lot more damage, a lot better laning presence as well, so looks good.
Agreed. We will have the clockwork though for White Dragons, Matthew, and that is a dangerous hero to give away anytime Matthew is playing, and he's made his name on that hero. He's had a rough go with it on other heroes like the Nyx Assassin. He missed many impales from the last time I saw him play Nyx Assassin, but he's got the clockwork now. He has the puck to help out. They've got some good lockdown. Vision advantage will be going for SG with the Night Stalker though, and the Arc Warden band. What heroes are still available that really speak out to you here in this second phase?
Well, we have the Necrophos left in the pool. Ancient Apparition for White Dragons is available as well.
Mm-hmm. There is also the Beno too.
Yeah, very true. Alright, A has been banned out, so...
Well, we see another fast-paced game for White Dragons. It's weird to say that when there was an AM pick the last game, but they finished the game within the first 30 minutes.
It didn't feel like an AM game, right? It's like the AM won his lane, and then Legion Commander won his lane, and then Quap did fine, and then later found kills, and then it just didn't feel fightable from SG.
No, that's exactly it. And it just feels like the same thing could happen in this game, given the heroes with puck and clockwork already. That this could be a pretty fast-paced game, but I'm intrigued to see what they decide to pick for King Tekka, what they decide to pick for Benjaz especially, but the Legion is banned. It was the third ban from SG Esports, which leaves him maybe thinking about Bat Rider instead here, or I guess he has played the puck, and he did a pretty good job with it, I think 2 days ago in their first series, but we'll see if that's going to be the case as the Rubik comes out now for White Dragons, so they'll take the Rubik this time around, it looks like.
Yep, Rubik pretty nice against Bane later on in the game. If you have a Grips, it's an easy steal, and, it's just a disable. Decent hero all around, and when there are good spells to steal in the game, it looks even better. But yeah, it's a good point. King Tekka did take the offlane puck in a few of these games. So, yeah, White Dragons also have the last overall pick, so they'll be able to tailor their puck to wherever they think is necessary. They can put a mid or offlane, pretty much.
And we will see. There is the Bat Rider from SG Esports. So we talked about that pick. I thought that might have been King Tekka's hero, as he is a very good Bat Rider player, but SG will grab it instead for Laposa, who also is a very good Bat Rider player. So we'll see how it goes for SG Esports. And there is the Benjaz hero. I was waiting for it. It was either the Jug or the Lifestealer, and it's the Lifestealer this time.
Yep, the Lifestealer is a great way of dealing with this Night Stalker Bat Rider lane and the offlane. Rubik and Clockwork don't do a whole lot to the Batrider, so it's a good way to adjust. You pick a carry that doesn't get pressured by Batrider, and now all of a sudden their lane doesn't have as much power, and it frees up the supports on White Dragons to do whatever they want.
Yeah, so this Lifestealer pick is going to be pretty huge for them. They'll wait for their mid pick, SG Esports. We'll see if they pick their mid hero or if they pick their safe lane. We're going to look for a ADR hero or Costa Bile hero. Weaver was the last pick for Costa Bile in the last game. I don't think it's going to be... It could be that. We'll see if it is going to be that again. But this is a very important pick for SG Esports here.
Yep, definitely. If there's a core hero they want, like the Monkey King, for example, they'll probably have to pick it here or risk it getting banned out. Is Monkey King good this game? I guess he's pretty decent in most games. Doesn't look bad.
Yeah, they just... He's so weird in the sense that, like, you can just get so much vision. You have the armor for the Wukong's command. You can get off to a fast start and then just snowball. And whatever hero you're against, I mean, he should have a good time because it's just so hard to catch the damn hero. But I will say, by the way, these teams have really put a lot of emphasis on second pick because they want that last pick. And White Dragons has it again here, which is important.
Yep, and we just saw how important it can be. Last pick Anti-Mage came out, and there was just nothing to deal with it.
And it won't be a safe lane hero, because there is the Lifestealer, but the Leo-style hero, perhaps, or the off-lane hero, depending.
This is where it gets a bit tricky, right? Because now Puck can go mid or off-lane, so if they pick their... Well, they're going to have to show the core anyways, but White Dragons will have the advantage in that aspect where... Alright, Troll Warlord comes out, okay. Where, like, you're not going to want to commit to something as hard as, like, a TA or something, right, to counter the Puck, because then Puck might just end up in the offlane, and you could have a horrible matchup like the Viper or something, and you'd just be picking yourself into a hole.
And that's why this Puck is so good and why it's been banned out, is because it gives you that versatility in the mid or offlane. It's one of the few heroes that can, along with Venomancer as well. So it is a very disconcerting time for SG Esports in terms of what they're going to pick last. It gives White Dragons the complete opportunity to counterpick. Maybe you try to ban something here and deal with it a bit better for SG Esports, but it's not going to be easy with this last pick. And we'll see where this troll's going to go, probably in the safe lane, and that will leave their mid lane hero for SG Esports.
I would imagine so. I'd like to see Necro out of SG. I think it's a hero that White Dragons wouldn't be able to counterpick too hard, and a lot of the big counters for the hero are out of the game.
And, you know, some of the heroes that you like to see might be in the safe lane, like the Luna, for example, where there's already a Lifestealer. Viper is a good ban, just in general. If you know that you're not going to pick it, I think it's just a very solid hero to make sure you don't give away in terms of what it can provide for White Dragons here.
Yeah, especially against these teams. All the South American teams love Viper.
Yeah, that is definitely true. They have loved Viper, too, for a long time. We will see. It is the TA. So,
okay.
And Veno is available here, is the issue, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see how White Dragons will adapt to this. Veno is probably the most obvious choice. Maybe there's something better, or perhaps they just think that, you know, matchup's alright. I'll just pick an offlaner, but I would like to see the Venomancer, but I don't know, because Bane's just going to sit mid as well, and that could be problematic.
Yeah, that's very true. Maybe SG Sports have an idea that the Veno is available, and they're just like, okay, well, we can bait them into this pick with the TA pick. Perhaps we can start dominating them, and we will see how it goes for SG. ADR will be the mid-TA. White Dragons have 45 seconds. So if not the Veno, who else then? What else is there available? I guess, like you said, it could be the Puck, and then you just pick an offlaner here, so there's a lot of options for White Dragons.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what approach they're going to take to it. There are a ton of options. Ideally, the Puck would go to the offlane, and then they would just pick another hero for the mid lane, but I don't know.
A lot of options here for White Dragons with their last overall pick. Maybe they go something like Alk or something, because why not, you know? Could they counter it? Perhaps, but the heroes they have, I should say. But 12 seconds left in reserve time. I don't know. I'm waiting for the Veno. I think it's going to come out. What will it be? Razor!
Oh, Razor, okay. That's another hero that's quite good against Templar Assassin in the mid lane. He just takes him for a walk, steals all his damage, makes him real sad.
And we've seen this matchup before, actually, and Leo Style dominated in it. And I have a feeling ADR might have some trouble with it as well. This might have actually been the same draft. It might have been DCSA, which, of course, is former White Dragons, versus SG Esports. I think these teams played each other in this particular tournament already, in fact. So maybe that was...
Maybe. The drafts actually looks very, very similar to something we've seen over the last few days.
Ten seconds left by my count. 5.
It was Pepita's Razor, I think. He went like 11-0 or something.
You have a draft that is done. The 5th pick, Razor. Do you still favor White Dragons here, or do you think SG Esports could easily win this game?
Well, both teams definitely have a decent draft and they can play it out, but I do like the Razor against Templar Assassin matchup. However, I'm pretty curious because I don't know how much the Bane can offset the disadvantage TA has. Maybe he can totally destroy this Razor on the first 2 levels. I don't actually know. But
it's going to be interesting for sure, and I think it depends on how much help, the Bane gives. But
yeah, for sure. If the Razor does have a good lane phase, though, then Lifesteal is also pretty much secured to have a good lane setup. So, for that reason, I favor the White Dragons, just based on the lanes.
SG Esports, they got to get a win here. They don't have to get a win, but being down 2-0 is kind of rough in a best-of-5 series.
Well, if they want to win, they're going to have to get a win at some point. So, of course, they would love this win.
True. Very, it's a good way of looking at it. That's a resume finally. We get the unpause coming out. We got the TPs coming in from multiple directions. Couple mid, couple bottom, couple top. Everybody's just rolling out at this point to get more wards placed down. And now we'll see the lane setup. So what is it going to be? It's going to be the King Tenko offlane puck. And I don't think he's going to be getting kills this time around. It would be very interesting if he did.
Yeah, if he did, then I don't know. Maybe this guy is just not human.
Perhaps.
I would not imagine him being able to kill this lane at all.
It's not going to be easy for him. And we will see how it goes. They have the help coming out from perhaps one of the support heroes, but for now, Matthew and the rest of the crew are going to start top. Ben Jesse's going to get some help. Man, I have not ever seen that taunt from the Lifestealer. That's pretty unbelievable.
That's a great one.
It is fantastic. I've never seen it before. Stop pinging it, please. I really want to see it. Damn it. That's... I don't know why that's so funny to me. I can't help it.
The taunts have gotten good lately, Mont.
Yeah, I guess I missed out on it, huh? Well, anyway. I'll take the bounty runes coming out. He'll continue to break dance. Getting the rune. Matthew is... I don't know what he's doing
this
here.
This is nice. He's going to cog the TA back
go
so she misses her block.
Yeah, there you go. That is actually kind of huge. ADR is like, what's going on right now? He's pinging. Matthew's
very annoying. And
he's body blocking Matthew. Relax, buddy. There is going to be help, though. Theo Licor is going to block the wave, so no harm, no foul. Oh, maybe there is some harm and foul because they missed the block. And Razor is on his hill now, and that's going to be a great
look
advantage.
At that block for Razor now.
Get ready for the static link, baby. Take him on a walk. Here we go. Void comes out, though, so that will stop him and only lose 12 damage. The cogs come out. Matthews just going to zone him out as much as possible, and this will give Leo Style a pretty good advantage early in the game.
Yeah, these dual lanes mid for TA never really favor the TA because she needs to use her mana, needs the levels. And once she runs out of mana, whether there's a dual lane or not, usually she can't do a whole lot, so...
Exactly, you need that refraction. And Matthew continues to just be a nuisance. And TA, she still has gotten 2 last hits out of this at the very least, which is nice. But we'll keep our eyes peeled on that mid lane, see if there's anything else that's going to happen besides harass. King Tekka, this is kind of a rough lane. Brain Sap, axes being thrown at him. This is a much harder lane. In fact, he's in trouble now. He's going to have to jaunt away. It's a lot of damage being done, though. And that is the bully that you were talking about. Meanwhile, Static Link coming out again. Leo Sal will now take 28 damage. So that's a bit dangerous.
Yep, and even through all these mid shenanigans, ADR is actually farming not too badly here. He's got 5 CS, the Razor's 5, so it's working out.
Indeed. And it'll get a bit harder again as the lane progresses, perhaps because of the static link damage getting taken, more static link damage being taken away. But Benjez has 6, he has to rage, so he'll rage, get up the sticky napalm stacks, and he'll be good to go. And so looks like both safe lanes doing pretty well. And it's really going to come down to this mid lane and how much Leo style can do against this Templar Assassin.
Yep, agreed.
Oh, Thealcor just lost clarity. That was rolling for a while.
Evan Matthews going to assert his dominance here and take the bounty rune. No good.
They get 3 bounty runes, in fact. Will they find the 4th? Probably not. In the meantime, Void comes out. Maybe they'll find the first blood. Now, it's daytime. It's impossible. Level 1 Void doesn't really do anything.
Yep, so half some inside the lane's gone. It looks like in the bottom lane, SG have been able to completely zone out King Tekka. This is a tough lane. Puck against the Bane Troll. They just walk up and click him down, and he can't fight back, so not easy to deal with at all. Up top, Batrider, he's working on the pulling shenanigans, and this is what you have to do in matches where you just can't really contest the lane, so nice to know. He gets cogged up here.
Uh-oh, in
This is
trouble.
first blood mod.
Laposa, yeah, it looks like it. Battery Assault, no Firefly, a couple of auto attacks, and that will do the job. And is Matthew going to get done? Again, very dangerous with this clockwork, and that's going to be 4 for 4 in terms of bounty runes here at the 2-minute mark.
Oh my god. Oh boy, is he gonna get the courier too? Do you see this thing?
Yes. It's, no,
Oh,
he
just
cannot. Good micro there. Make sure they see it coming.
Yep, he needed 2 hits on that courier anyway, so probably wasn't gonna die.
It's not easy for somebody like a Clockwork, for sure. But the good news for SG Esports is King Tekka is getting zoned heavily. In fact, he's just finally moving back bottom, and this is against a level 4 Troll Warlord, which means he could just easily die if he's not careful.
Yeah, he's got 0 CS, pretty much zoned out of everything except experience, but even that, it's not looking so hot. And yeah, that is the big advantage SG have going into this game. Their Batrider is level 4 now, so he's still getting farmed even though he's linked up against the Lifestealer.
They did push the TA into the jungle for a moment there. She's back now. We've seen ADR come out of the jungle pretty farmed as well on this hero. And we know what he can do. But as it stands now, Leo Style continues to just get some good farm. 21 last hits. Early on, it is a slight advantage for White Dragons. However, not nearly as bad as Game 1. Could be a lot worse.
Could be a lot worse indeed. So, it's nighttime now. Night Stalker, what is he, level 2? Alright, but he's got a haste rune. Maybe he can make something happen somewhere, like on this puck. I imagine he's going to get his 3, skill silence, and then go bottom and kill that guy. I don't see anywhere else he could actually go. Maybe if he goes top, he can kill Rubik, but that's still a pretty difficult kill.
I think so as well. Batrider in the meantime, though, getting some good farm after dying and giving away first blood. Well, Posta might be able to do something, yeah, if they can bring up the Night Stalker. But I don't know if they need to get something done in this nighttime, but they would like to. He actually didn't skill up the silence. He went level 2 Void, by the way.
So not Posta's in trouble here. He's got no Firefly.
Uh-oh, Battery Assaults, and they're diving and getting the kill. TP canceled as well. That is another giant kill for Matthew, who's just securing a couple of kills on across the map here.
Yep, Matthew's been very active, pressuring pretty much everywhere on the map while snagging bounty runes. And his impact has been felt. Theolocor still struggling to look for somewhere he can make a play, and you know, it's not his fault all the time. He can't really do much with the Batrider versus Lifestealer matchup. And mid lane is also a losing matchup, and their safe lane has won so hard that King Tekka's hugging his tower.
Yeah, he's just been zoned out completely. He's level 3 to the Batrider's, what, 5? Yeah, I mean, it's bad. And that is good news for SG in this bottom lane. That's really the only thing going well for them at this point.
That's even with Batrider dying twice, too, so...
Yeah, I don't know how you get farmed for King Tekka, or experience for that matter. I don't know what you do in order to get back into this game, but this is probably not it.
Yeah, this is definitely not it. Even when Bane leaves and Troll has like his face, he has faceless already. But yeah, I don't know. He can't lane, and he needs something to happen to make this Bane go away. And White Dragons, they're making a move up top lane. They ward behind tower. Yep, Laposa, he could be in big trouble here.
He's got Firefly this time, and it might save him, actually. He's moving in a good direction here, and he's looking on Benjaz. Benjaz is alive. The tower head's doing a lot of work. Matthew's on the run as well. Here comes Theolocor. Maybe they get Matthew this time. It looks like he's caught out. Yep. Cogs will come in. They have the Bane to come through as well. This should be a kill. He will get caught out, and the Nightmare comes in. This is definitely a kill now. Brain Sap. They need a Void. I'm just going to give it to Laposa, so get some extra gold for the Batrider. Nice play there.
Yep, some much needed gold for Bat. And now Batrider's at 1,000 gold. He's on track for a very fast Blink Dagger this game, Mott.
Yeah, and even with those 2 deaths, that's actually pretty good news for them.
Yep.
Kind of crazy to think about considering how he started this game.
I guess he's got some ancient stacks. He's got a triple on the bottom one and a double on the left side. So, not too bad. I mean, she's definitely a hero that's going to sit in the jungle and catch up. This is what you expect in the Razor vs. TA matchup. She wants to leave the lane.
This is, that's kind of bad news again for White Dragons. Despite them winning this matchup so hard, she's still doing okay in net worth. I mean, she's actually not far behind Razor at this early stage of the game.
Yep, considering how difficult this matchup is, and they see Ghost to Melee here, but I don't think Matthew can do a lot. Actually, Matthew might be in trouble.
He's dead, I think, now. Yeah, Bardino came in at the perfect time, and I think he's dead. Rolling Axes, Brain Sap, Matthew getting chunked down, but the battery's still keeping him alive. The Cogs will come through. If he got that cock push, he would definitely survive. He still might, actually.
He's got a wand.
One more axe. He's got the phase running. It's one more. Oh, they don't get the uphill miss, and Ghost to Melee will get the kill. Nicely done there. Finally getting the Matthew again once more.
Yeah, very nicely done. And so, of course, TA can jungle, right? But the downside to that is that her tower will get completely pooped on right now. It's under half HP. Nobody can stop this. And now this tower will probably drop very soon, especially if she continues to keep jungling, because nobody wants to lane in front of this Razor. Bane wants to be doing other things in the bottom lane.
91 damage stolen.
Yep.
Not a fun time.
What do you do about that?
You just kind of, I don't know, you hope he plays too far up and he kills himself. But now he's a haste rune. It is daytime as well, which makes this a lot less dangerous for White Dragons. I don't know, the safe winners, it's really going to be about them, I feel like. The Troll and the Lifestealer, they're both pretty much equal farm, but there's the Mask of Madness. This is where it gets a bit trickier for White Dragons, because this is just going to be a lot of farm coming in very quickly for this Troll Warlord.
Yep, it is. But at least SG's core heroes, the Troll, Templar Assassin, and Batrider, they're all heroes that kind of want to farm the jungle, which could be a problem because Troll likes to farm Ancients as well, but TA definitely needs them in this game to catch back up. So maybe their jungle farm's going to be a bit limited, but I mean, SG, they're off to a pretty decent start here. I would say they're doing very, very well.
And game 2 of this series, my god, Leo Style just stole 200 damage, and I think Theolacor is dead. Yes, he is certainly dead, and now they're going to try to find ADR as well, but the Cogs actually block Leo Style here. The side trap will come in. Battery's still rolling. He's going to pop the phase, and ADR is 100% dead as well. And Leo Style just steals pretty much his entire damage pool and kills him, so that was good.
Alright, Mott, about 20 seconds ago I said SG were doing pretty darn good, and then that is no longer the case.
You don't expect that to happen, to be fair, though. I mean, and that shouldn't happen also. And Matthew's actually kind of far up, but a good cock push back onto Theolacor, and they really want this tower. They're not going to find it. Top lane? Benjiaz is working on this tower, but he's going to have to back up here in a moment. Anyways, yeah, that shouldn't happen, right? That just shouldn't happen for SG.
Yep, agreed. But, you know, that's still alright. Things happen.
Yeah, they certainly do.
And it's up to the teams to adapt on the fly when things don't go according to plan. Queen Tekka, Coil comes out bottom lane. Goodbye, Bardino.
Yeah, he is in trouble. Good Nightmare, though. Maybe he survives here.
Maybe not.
Elusive Orb. It's going to be close. He's pretty low already, but they won't jaunt through, and he might actually live. Matthew is going in deep for this kill. Battery Assault. Bardino's juking and jiving as best as he can. Waning Rift misses. They'll finally get the kill. King Tekka in trouble. The tower almost bringing him down. Can they get either of these kills? The Firefly, Laposa. No Blink Dagger still, and they're both going to get out somehow. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, that was quite the deep dive there. Like, it took a long time too. Bane survived for such a long time. He got the sleep off. You know, there's a couple of spells you can get off or that you can't get off when Clockwork's battering you, right? And sleep is surprisingly not one of those spells.
Yeah. That was,
Man, oh man.
That could have been real bad, actually. They could have lost both of those heroes, and then that dive's not worth it, but they just didn't have the rotations in quick enough. In the meantime, though, ADR working on his giant ancient stack. You're going to see him go from 3,300 probably to right around where the Razor is in terms of net worth. If they can get this done, which they should be able to. They're really making sure that he's safe. They have 2 supports nearby. They even have... Oh, well, that's the problem, though.
Well, they don't have Troll there, but they brought the rest of the family there to watch him do Ancients.
That's true. And now they're going to lose this tier 1, it looks like, as well. Siege Creep comes out. Flare coming in. Theolacor pops the darkness. Needs to be careful. They will get the tower. Leo Style gets it done. And finally, ADR is just about finished with this ancient stack. And, well, still a little bit behind. And they're going to lose the top tier 1, too. So that's what that's what happens when you really commit to getting these ancients for the TA.
Yeah, big time. This is the price you pay when that kind of thing happens. Well, Nice range.
Benjaz is in a lot of trouble. Aha, the infest, but the range creep is nightmared up. Nah, he's fine. See you later. They need some help. They're gonna just split push bottom now too. They really want to get this kill. Does he have rage back soon?
Yeah, the rage is gonna be up, but they might be able to just run him down here.
They have lasso, right? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
He's, I think, mega dead. He'll try for the rage. There's the lasso. Very big kill coming out. It takes him a bit of time, but it is giant as they will pick it up for Bardino, and of course Costabile is involved. But again, they will lose this tier 1 tower bottom, so they lose 3 tier 1s in the span of, I don't know, 2 minutes, and they will get a kill on Benjaz, but I don't know about that.
You know, the kill bought enough time for the rest of White Dragons to safely take the bottom tower, but still, it was a much-needed kill from SG. Nakes was at top of the net worth, and, you know, it just happens, right? These trades always go on, and whether they're good or bad for each team, it doesn't really matter. It's just how the game progresses.
King Tekka might be dead here.
Yeah, Bardino's in a
Oh,
great
no,
spot,
did they break it? No, they didn't. Now they will. No, silence comes out. The Midas, no. He got it off. All right, it's worth it. He got the Midas. And they might even get more. Static Link, drum pops. Laposa is on the run, but he just doesn't have enough range on the link. And now Costabile, I don't know if you want to fight that, my friend. There's a lot of heroes here. Here comes the Fiend's Grip. Maybe they can turn this. He's in trouble. Hook shot. They want this kill. The cog push back. And now Costabile is on the run as well. And he might actually survive. Hook shot is already down. Flare is up in 12 seconds. And he might not find him the TP. Battery sold. There it is. And they're going to cancel it. They get the kill. Costabile. No, he's still running. Basket Madness. They just need the flare. Matthew, he's got it in 3 seconds. It's going to be close. Oh, he jukes. Oh, my God. He's actually going to make it away.
Oh, my God. What is going on?
I cannot believe that happened.
That was so fortunate. Troll, he's a fast dude, apparently. Phase boots, Mask of Madness, melee form.
Man, they needed to cancel. If they cancel the Fiend's Grip a second earlier, that's a kill. And he just couldn't get there in time.
Yep, Leo still had a ton of damage there. His ultimate was going as well, but that was basically a full duration Fiend's Grip on him.
Yeah, Bardino was feeling pretty good about that for sure.
And look who's back in the game now, Mont. TA. ADR's TA is even net worth with actually ahead of this Razor all of a sudden. That's just how the game plays out. You use some Ancients, farm it up in the jungle, and you come right back.
Although White Dragons are focused on the late game now. They have a Midas on King Tekka, who's about to get lassoed, and he's dead again. And he can't farm anywhere safely, it looks like.
Yep, the infested up Clockwork here.
Hook shot, and they're going to find Bardino. Brain Sap comes out. He could try for the Nightmare Deny. He can't get it off. He just got blown away. All right, well, nice little kill.
Yep. I just wanted to point out that the lineup on SG here, Troll, TA, very good at doing Roshan. They're going to hit their power spike where they eventually attempt to take that, and maybe they can use that to spiral far enough to snowball this game, especially when TA gets her Desolator. But until then, they're basically dodging, trying to farm up whatever they can, because right now, it's hard.
I got to say, though, again, there's now 2 Midases up for White Dragons, so it feels like they're really committed to not hitting this wall and getting to that late game. So even if they lose these next couple of minutes here for White Dragon, I don't know how concerned you should be, right?
Yeah, it's just they need to play around this Roshan wall, and they do have the Clockwork Flare to scout it out. They just don't want to give that away. That will be like the item or pickup that lets them spiral out of control.
Yeah, they'll start just taking towers like crazy, getting a giant net with lead. King Tekka might be dead again. Fiend's Grip, phase shift, still in trouble. There's the lift. Spell Steal, yep. That's not good. Static Link coming out. Costabile on the run, looking for more. They're not going to find it, though. He's just so fast. They'll turn 1. They'll turn 2. There's the Fiend's Grip. He didn't use it in time on the Troll, but that is still giant in terms of them getting some kills.
Yep, for sure. Still a nice pickup, and meanwhile, ADR is still pushing the mid lane. Almost has his Desolator with Blink Dagger. He's not exactly gankable by this Clockwork anymore. He can always blink out when he has the refraction charges up, so...
It's really tough. I don't know. Yep. It's not like you have like a Slark with Dark Pact or whatever. You just don't have the same sort of advantage here to break the fraction. Lasso, this time it's on the Razor. There's the Battle Trance, and Hook Shot coming in. They're looking for a cock push. Leo Style still in trouble. Static Link helping him out, but he's going down to the Sticky Napalms, and he will. And now this is troublesome in terms of fighting. I don't think you should go for this if you're White Dragons. In fact, they're trying to leave. Silence comes out, and Vizroom taken up. Still fighting at this point. Here comes Benjez looking for Laposa. Matthew in trouble on the high ground. Laposa gets away with a 4-staff. 2 for nothing, in fact. And now the low core in trouble. You're getting chased down, but it's just not enough damage. She's so speedy. Phase boost. They cannot chase him again. More heroes getting away with this speed. They will lose 2 heroes for White Dragons. They cannot turn the fight around, and it is starting to look a little bit grim here, perhaps, for this Dire team.
Everyone's barely making out with a sliver of health there. And yeah, meanwhile, Troll, he's doing his thing up top, takes the tower for free. Even forces out the lifestealer. If Bane had grip, this would be quite an easy kill. It's up in 10 seconds. Maybe he's going to camp out in the trees and wait for it. It would be a really big kill if they could get it.
Yeah, they might. He's thinking about it. He's going in every different direction except up towards the lifestealer, but now they're thinking about it. It is daytime, so you did lose a little bit there from White Dragons. You're really waiting on these Midases to kick in. Open wounds. Uh-oh, this is a bait. Benjaz, what a bait coming in. Bardinho was in the tree line. Good hook shot, but it's too little too late. Maybe not. The infested of the creep that might keep him alive. And Bardinho, they've got open wounds as well. He's going to jump out. Open wounds available. No rage. He doesn't have the mana for it. He's dead. Oh, you toggle? Oh, again? All right, this time he won't. He'll burn alive, but that was still pretty cool.
That's
And they had the lasso. And Matthew
They managed to turn that around. Matthew's yelling, "Go, go, go! Oh, don't worry, team. I am taking their attention top. You can farm."
Even so, it feels like it's starting to get out of control. Perhaps I know the net worth lead is not much for SG, but they're getting these big kills. Benjaz is going down. The Razor is going down. It's not going in the other direction like last game where White Dragons are just killing all of SG eSports. It's a pretty good couple minutes here for this SG side for sure.
Yeah, very true. And they're about to hit some big power spikes here. We have the Desolator picked up on Templar Assassin. Troll has his Yasha too, so they're doing very well in the farm department, but on the side of White Dragons, King Tekka finally has his Blink Dagger. He chose to go for the Hand of Midas first to catch up in this game, play for the late game. So that is something that, maybe that's what they needed to start some of these fights a bit better, because as we talked about earlier, the hook shot is somewhat unreliable. It's not like a true stun. So
yeah, they need that. The catch control from King Tekka is going to be giant. They have now a medallion, a solar crest, in fact, for Leo's style, which is an interesting build, but allows them to take Roche if they want, especially if they can get the Desolator for Benjaz, which they're finally going to get inside King Tekka. The vehicle is there. He's going to smoke solo. He's going to look for a target. Costabile would be a giant one. They're going to have the hook shot. Where's the follow-up, though? He's going to try to eat his way through. Whirling Axe is coming out. They need a lift. Jumping in, Illusion Orb to follow up. Just getting some vision, but the Shrine is available. And here we go. Leo Styles just running in. Theolacor, he's slowed up now with the Purge. 70 damage stolen, needs to be careful. There's the Solar Crest finally coming in. Shrine has already been used, and they won't go too far. They're not going to try to push it too crazily here.
Yep, the Solar Crest on Leo Style was quite a nice pickup. Troll, TA, tons of right-click damage, gives him the armor invasion. Very nice.
Man.
And what, as you mentioned, it is that Roshan tool later on for when Lifestealer has his Desolator. But I don't know, this game is quite back and forth. I would say it's a very even at this stage of the game, and probably SG are looking towards Roshan whenever available. We have Troll playing in the bottom lane. Maybe he can force out some rotations there and TP up to the top lane and do Roshan with Templar Assassin, but White Dragons are ready for it. Look at their wards. They have like a triangle of wards in the mid lane, scouting out everything there. And down bottom here.
They also have a ward down bottom looking for a target. Theolacor, Static Link, slowed up, trying to get this kill. Elusior, they have Blink to jump in. They have a two-man coil if they want it, and they're going to go for it. And Theolacor gets off the silence, so that's pretty good against King Tekka. Now jumping in, ADR blows him away. Lapos is in trouble. It is nighttime. Fiend's Grip comes out, and they're going to find potentially Bisoku. Hookshot comes to the cock push again, too little too late. Costabile, now they're going to look for a man fight here. They have open wounds in one. Battery Assault coming in. They want this kill. If they can get it, it would be huge. Whirling Axis comes out, but Costabile will drop. ADR looking for Matthew. The turnaround is going to be there. The Nightmare onto Leo Style. 3-for-2 trade. So far, so good for SG despite losing Costabile. They're going to need to get out here. And looks like they have to run quicker than they thought. Benjaz, he's staying a little too long. They have the side trap, but again, he does have the rage. He's going to turn. Theolacor was a bait the entire time. Statically comes out. Theolacor, he's going to lose his life as well as a lot of damage. 70, in fact, and it is now a 3-for-3 trade. And so it actually goes pretty well, all things considered, there for White Dragon.
Yeah, the big winners of these fights are definitely the Templar Assassin, though she has a 4-staff completed going in for the Hurricane Pike. So just more tools to play around with the Static Link and the Infest Bombs, and of course the Clockwork Hook. Nice choice. Typically you would see the BKB, but this looks even better.
Yes, I think so as well. And I will say this much. White Dragon aren't giving away, like, free Roshans. They could lose a 5-man fight, and then that's just Roche, right, for SG. And at that point, the game gets hard. And they're not really letting that happen. And speaking of that, Testo's coming out, too, for Benjaz. Oh!
Tekka.
He's dead.
So him and Troll both turns corners, and Troll happened to auto-attack him, got the first hit bash off, and he died. 3 hits.
That's hilarious.
It was really sad.
This is like the complete opposite game you could have after that Legion Commander performance, one would say.
It is, isn't it? Maybe he's all out of steam after that one.
Honestly, I think he's all out of luck after how he played in the first game. But he still has, again, this late game scenario for the puck. He gets to level 25. They have some good talents, and all of a sudden, things get a lot easier. They have a scan, but they're actually coming in the other direction, up towards the mid lane, and now Leo Style might get picked. There's the last of the force out as well. He is in trouble. Solar Crest will help him survive, but he is just blown away. Dreamquill, they'll try to turn. Waning Rift coming in. So far, so good. They'll find one, but there's the bash. Hookshot comes in. Phase Grip. They need to get him out, but they finally will. Benjaz is still in trouble, though. He's got the armlet. Looking for an open wounds. He doesn't have it. It's 4 dead. It's going to be a 2-for-4 trade. It looks like the Nightmare is safe for Bardino. And ADR, he blows them all up yet again. He's got a double kill. He's going to get the tier 1 tower, and that was the fight I was talking about for SG. That's what they're looking for, and perhaps that will lead into Roche, maybe something else.
Oh my god, it looked great. There was the lasso up on the Razor, and then all of a sudden the 3-man coil comes out, and they manage to turn, but they just can't eat through these heroes fast enough yet. Did Lifestealer have his Death Slitter before the fight? I'm not actually sure. I saw that he had 1,400 gold and a hammer in his base, so I don't think he actually had it before the fight. I don't know. They can't deal with this TA at all. TA was full HP in that team fight, not pressured by anyone. It's a big problem right now, Mont.
Yeah, this 5th pick TA for SG has turned out pretty well. And again, even with the Razor pick, it's just not enough. King Tekka and the offlane puck has been getting shredded. The Troll pick was fantastic. A lot of these heroes doing really well for SG. They didn't take Roche, and there's still that late game potential for White Dragon with these Midases. But looking at SG, they just need 1 or 2 good fights, get these last few objectives, and perhaps really scale into the late game.
But late game, it's not a one-sided affair here. Both teams can play comfortably from the later stages of the game. So, I don't know. It always comes down to this, doesn't it? The jump, right? They got the Batrider lasso off. Razor died from full HP, wasn't able to cast anything. And then it was up to White Dragons to counter-initiate the fight. And while it looked good, it just wasn't good enough.
I mean, they have these 3 wards mid, and that should give them all the vision they need. I think it was a smoke, though, obviously, from SG.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're not the ones getting the jump on White Dragon's side. They're going to try to go for it this time, but there's an illusion, so they'll see the Infest Bomb ready to go. So that is very good news for SG. And they'll back up.
Just foiling their plans.
All right. TA working on a Daedalus, because as if she needed more damage. She's already dishing it out. I don't really think she needs any more. BKB is probably a better choice. That would make more sense.
I would have to agree with that. White Dragons are smoked up looking for a play. If they could find TA here, that would be huge, but
it's not happening.
Not
She's already up top.
Yep.
And they can get some wards down, and that would be great, but what they really need is a pick into Roshan, and they can't do that because Sidetrap is up in the pit. So they will head top now, but it's going to take them a little bit to get there. They might even need to smoke again. I don't think they have one. They're going to move. The creep wave is almost here. King Tech is just going to kill it and back up. And Fest out. And sitting in the trees is SG. They're going to TP home. ADR will make it away despite the flare kind of hitting. I don't know. It seems pretty tough here. White Dragon are kind of getting pulled around the map at this point.
Yeah, and White Dragon's 2 wards in the mid lane next to each other are about to expire, so they're going to lose some control in that area. And this is Roshan time. This is the time that SG are going to always turn towards Roche. If there's ever a team fight, ever a pick-off, ever any rotations forced down to the bottom lane, they'll probably just look to try to Roche, so they've got to be really careful about that.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't already, to be honest, but I guess they're in no rush. They're finding towers instead. They're going to find mid, perhaps. Plasma Field comes out. Actually, they're on the run. Lasso comes in. That will be under the clockwork. That's a nice little pick-off, and ADR will blow him away. On the other side, Dreamquill. Costabile, if they get this, it's a much bigger kill, but there's only 2 heroes here, and they're going to jump right in. King Tekka has to phase shift. They'll get Costabile out. Benjaz will run. Clockwork will buy back. Too little too late. They've lost the puck. On the other side, there's a Nightmare. Fiend's Grip already used, but they have to run now. Brain Sap coming in. They stole the Nightmare. No, that's Enfeeble, I believe. Not nearly enough, and ADR is in. And there's just really nothing they could do. It's 3 versus 5. And you need to run if you're White Dragon right now. And Leo Style, he might not be able to make it away. He will have the Plasma Field to come in. Hookshot to come through. Leo Style will get dropped finally. And they're laying into Matthew with ADR. And that is a ton of damage. And now Benjez will fall as well. 5 dead. And now this is Roche. Or perhaps high ground here if you're SG.
This is looking quite grim. TA is also about to pick up her next item as well. She might not go for the BKB if she has Aegis. She could perhaps go for the Daedalus, even more damage. It's just, I don't know. It's so hard for them to fight, right? Clockwork gets a hook, gets the cogs off, and then there's 2 Force Staffs on this team, so it doesn't do that much. Actually, there's 3 Force Staffs. Yep, 3 Force Staffs on this team, so I don't know. It just feels like their initiations aren't good enough. And it's not like they're misplaying the initiations or something. It's just like they go on this one target and then he gets pushed away. They go on someone else, he gets pushed away. Then Barretta comes and lassos someone like the Puck, and then they get blown up.
Although the telekinesis lasso was stolen, there's the silence though, and King Tekka still might die into the void. Lasso will go on to Theolacore, and he actually might die to the tower. And Dreamquill, wow, he is tanking up forever, and that is finally a kill, but I don't think they really care at all. Opposed to saying, sorry, you couldn't get the Force Staff off in time. But yeah, you're right. They're going to jump in with King Tekka. He'll try to blow up the wave, but at this point, ooh, maybe they back up. SG, not feeling as confident with only 4 heroes here. They're on the run. They won't be able to take that tier 2 tower top lane. Okay, but
it gets tough, Mott.
I mean, you're right, though, about this SG draft. And I think just the draft in general was way better this game. And you have these Hurricane Pucks, you have these heroes that can deal with all of this stuff. I think the Night Stalker and Bane pick were absolutely fantastic. I think they're way better than the supports that the Dire have. I don't know. It kind of feels like the Razor was forced to counter the TA, and it didn't really do that other than the laning phase, right?
Right. The laning phase was not good for TA, but then it didn't matter too much. Night Stalker helped out a bit in the middle, or like a bit in the early parts of the game, and then in the mid game, he just sat there and stacked, and TA caught right back up. But I don't know. I had a lot of faith in White Dragons here because I thought their lane phase would go a bit better, but they weren't able to make as many moves as they like, probably because of this the big offlane deficit. The Puck just can't do a whole lot in this lane, to be honest. It's not like King Tekka played poorly or anything. He just gets pushed out so quickly.
Yeah, it's not like there's really any better offlanes for that situation. I mean, there might be, but you need more help than just solo, you know, if you want to get a decent amount of farm in that lane. He has Eul Scepter now. Maybe things get a bit easier. It's 13k. It is a large deficit for White Dragons to be in, but it's not over. They have yet to lose high ground here. There's still a tier 2 tower bottom. But SG, with this Aegis, they're going to get everything they can out of it. And perhaps even a big game-ending fight at this point, which could very well happen here.
Yep, it's nighttime for a very long time right now. Darkness is available as well, so I imagine they're just going to march down this lane, look for a lasso pick, and hit the high ground. And what are you going to do? Troll just presses R. TA hits this as well. If you don't hit either of these targets to threaten them off the base, then you're going to lose your tower. If you do, then Bat's going to jump and lasso you.
Honestly, yeah, if Bat Rider finds an initiation, the game is probably in trouble to say the least, maybe even over. They're going to try to do that now with King Tekka. Maybe this is going to be good enough to hold SG here at the bottom tier 3. They could start split pushing with Troll. They have a threat of easily split pushing and taking towers that way. Maybe that's the choice you go for here for SG eSports, not sure. A lot of options.
Well, I'm glad they didn't fight there because White Dragons placed an observer ward up on the high ground to look for any possible initiation to counteract that. There's always the chance that Rubik lifts the Batrider as he blinks in because he precasts it, and then, you know, maybe they can turn a fight. So they're approaching the no-throw zone with caution.
Yeah, and they need this game. Game 1 went completely in the other direction, and one of the fastest games you could see with an AM on your team, and they absolutely destroyed, I should say White Dragon did. It is now game 2. If you win this game, it is turned into a best of 3, essentially, and that's it. We'll see how it goes here for SGs. They'll move up and in. Vision will scout out Matthew. They don't have their Troll Warlord. He's a little bit far away. Now they've got the Nightmare. They're trying to set up. This might turn into a giant fight. Lasso, they found Benj as an ADR. Telekinesis jumping in. They've got the huge Dreamquill, but there's really no way they could fight into this. King Tekka is going to die. Phase Shift won't survive. And double kill for ADR as he just walks up, auto attacks like 2 heroes and blows them away. And now there's no buyback on the Puck, no buyback on Matthew. And with the buyback on Misoku, it's not even really going to matter. This is going to be game 2, more than likely going to SG at this point, as they will take not only one set of racks, but perhaps more. Yeah, it's looking like it.
Looks like this one's done, Mott. 1-1. Looking pretty good, and very impressive recovery in the mid lane here from our Templar Assassin player, ADR.
I think so, too. And we've seen it before. This game much better, obviously, for ADR, getting a lot more to work with. His team made a lot of space. You got to give credit to the supports, especially the Posa as well. The Troll getting involved. White Dragon will have to go back to the drawing board in terms of draft, as the GGs call them.
Yep, good games. Nice played here from SG. Way to come back into this one. And yeah, well done.
I mean, they dominated. There's not much else to say, I think, Rex.
Night Stalker Bat's quite the combo. You take the vision away from the enemy, give yourself vision, then you can just jump whoever you want.